I just fucking shot myself!
So, let's take a look at Sindel's brand new ending in Mortal Kombat 11.
In the beginning, Shao Kahn invaded Adinia, murdered my husband Jared, and forced me to be his bride. That's the story. But it's a lie. One I told, lest I lose the faith of my subjects, or of my daughter, Kitana. The truth, Jared was weak, destined to fail. By betraying him, I gained a better lover, and the ultimate weapon. A conqueror to unite all realms, and put them at my beck and call. Then, Kronika upended history, and I found myself confronting a future in which I had been dead for centuries. My so-called family had failed me in every way. Kitana broke my heart worst. Instead of uniting the realms, she sought to liberate them. As if the wasteland savages could ever be more than serfs. Ever the caring mother, I had to discipline my little princess. And after that, I had to discipline a titan. Now, I have defeated Kronika, outgrown Shao Kahn and Kitana. I have no more family, no more rivals, no more gods. I sit above them all, on a throne that unites all realms and all realities. Whoever you are, wherever you are, when you are before me, kneel. For I am Sindel, Empress of Time, and you exist only to serve me.
What?
Oh, Netherrealm. How hard is it to stay consistent with a character's background? I swear, man, you make Toriyama look like a memorious individual. What's the point of developing a character if you're just going to overwrite everything that defined that person? You keep showing us that whatever happened in the previous game does not matter. It's not consistent, and if you're not going to care about continuity, then I gotta ask, Ed, do you have any idea of what's going on in Mortal Kombat? Did you always intend on secretly making Sindel an evil MILF queen who pretended the entire time to be a good person who loved her husband and daughter? You want us to believe that not only was Kitana and Shao Kahn unaware that Sindel was secretly evil, but even the fans were tricked by this woman the entire time? Oh, but that means that she even tricked the Elder Gods. Cause I mean, I'm guessing they created these character biographies seeing as they created life? Unless you want to break the fourth wall and say that the developers were tricked by Sindel as well, right? But suddenly now, it was all a lie? So you too were tricked by your own character, right, Ed? Because even you said she was a good person who loved her family and realm, right? Right? Do you see what happens when you can't stay consistent to your own story and continue to come up with bullshit that overwrites everything you said in the previous games? This is why I hate when franchises don't bother with consistency. It wasn't that hard when it came to the Mortal Kombat story. You could understand what's going on. Things did not get complicated until they started retconning themselves over and over and over. This is so bad. Even Mortal Kombat Annihilation stayed consistent. What do you have to say to that? Also, Netherrealm, nobody cares about your political opinions. Keep that shit away from your video games. Do Easter eggs the way you used to. I remember loving your Easter eggs. A favorite of mine was the one in Shaolin Monks where Scorpion puts a thumbs up as he sinks into the lava after defeating him. Now we get this?
For 25 years, you've remained loyal.
You are the one true Khan.
Let us make Outworld great again.
A Trump reference? Shut up, Netherrealm. That's complete cringe. It's pathetic.
Pathetic and weak.
Oh, and before I forget, there is no way in hell that the Shao Kahn would ever allow himself to be somebody's bitch boy. He would die before bowing down to anyone. This guy doesn't even bow down to the Elder Gods. What makes you think he would actually do this for Sindel? Have the creators forgotten who the Emperor Shao Kahn is?
Traitors.
you know why they did this? Two reasons. This game was centered towards SJWs, and in this game, Shao Kahn represents Donald Trump. I can't believe how ridiculous these writers are. Put that shit in your robot fanfiction, man. Why would anyone ever want to associate Shao Kahn with Donald Trump? I mean, seriously, Shao Kahn is a badass mofo. I don't want to picture Donald Trump every time I see Shao Kahn. I play video games to get away from reality. And you want to remind us of this shit in Mortal Kombat of all things? You gotta be kidding me with these ridiculous character changes and outcomes. No one asked to change the biographies of these characters. If you want to make Shao Kahn look pathetic and weak when it comes to taking on characters like Kitana and Sindel, then make it believable. You can't make a character suddenly be capable of defeating a much stronger foe out of thin air just to appease a demographic trend. You want to make Shao Kahn become a manservant of Queen Sindel in her ending? Make it believable by saying something like, Shao Kahn refused to bow down no matter what, so she killed him and managed to resurrect him as a mindless zombie that would serve Sindel forever. That's believable in that world. It's a similar fate and callback to zombie Liu Kang and to Sindel back when Shao Kahn resurrected her in MK3 and had her mind controlled. I've already described my frustration with their double standards on women's wardrobe. I guess the only thing I can update you guys on is that I've still been playing Injustice 2 and I still can't get a hold of every epic gear piece for my favorite characters. So I can only imagine the slower process MK11 players have been dealing with in order to get costumes for the characters they've been aiming for. It really sucks that you can't just unlock them from the crypt, or like in Injustice 1. As always, it's a shame to see such a badass company pulling off a cringeality on themselves. It's a shame to see that they continuously forget about the characters they came up with, the story they made, and just flush it all down the crapper to appease the wrong people. Like, what was the point of Revenant Sindel? If she was evil all along, how do you explain the plot to Mortal Kombat 3? What's next? Make Quan Chi or Shang Tsung have a Revenant form? Announce that next. See what fans would have to say to that. If the character was already evil as you claim, then why would that character need an evil-er version? It's bad enough when you retcon one thing about a character, but when it affects a huge portion of the story, you gotta be brain dead to expect excitement over this, air quote, twist you've presented us with. So what can we expect from the next Mortal Kombat game? Well, let me throw out a guess. It'll probably take about 4 years to get the next MK title released, and most phases go away after about 5 years, so there's a chance that Netherrealm Studios and Warner Bros. Will no longer be in that woke phase. There will undoubtedly be a new phase. I just can't predict what the next phase the movie and gaming industries will be following. Hopefully it's something to do with stop motion. But whatever it is, you can be sure that Netherrealm Studios will follow along with the rest of the corporate sheep and include it in the next Mortal Kombat game. Also, don't bother remembering what happened in MK11. It's all going to be retconned by the next game, including character biographies. So, with that said, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to leave a like, as apparently now it doesn't even matter if you hit the notification button. The like button is the only thing YouTube is permitting us to use as a way to send more traffic to that video. If you're a Patreon supporter, check out the exclusive videos on my Patreon. Go support the channel, which is only $1. Sacrifice that McChicken for extra quality content, my friend. But anyways, I'll see you all in the next video, and remember to have an awesome day.